Been a little while since I heard that track from Blue Oyster Cult, Take Me Away. You know who wrote that song? And after I tell you, if you don't know, you're going to be like, yeah, I could kind of hear that actually. Aldo Nova. Same guy who did Fantasy and all that is the songwriter on that track. And now that you know that, you can kind of feel that a little bit in the sound of the song, I think. Had Aldo Nova on my volume show, I don't guess it was about a year ago. He had released an EP of music from that first album that he re-recorded. And at that time, he was very excited to relaunch his career into rock music and had very grand plans to do so. And I'm realistic about things and sometimes honest to a fault. And so many times I see artists that mount a comeback or try to do a comeback or a tour of some sort because they think there is this big audience waiting for them and it's going to be this big successful thing. And I remember talking to Aldo during the conversation because he had very, very grand plans about what he planned to do in America. And I said, the business can be tough out there, especially you've been away for a while. I'm not sure, what sort of business. And he was like, oh, no, and that was the last, that was the last I heard of Aldo Nova making a comeback. Now, I'm not laughing at him in any way, but I've seen it so many times where whether it be agents or managers or people reading stuff online and they're like, whoa, there's a pot of gold out there. I could be making all this money with this band and I could be getting great offers and I could be playing great shows. And then they find out what the reality is and it sends them crashing back down to earth, or in some cases going right back into hiding again, or, off the grid, if you will. Or maybe going back to working behind the scenes where Aldo has had great success. But I can't tell you, man, every day I hear about artists who are trying to make a comeback or wanting to make a comeback and have completely inaccurate expectations as to what's out there for them. And that's why so many of them sometimes go away very quickly, unfortunately. Because you got to put a lot of work in, no matter when you had a hit, how long ago it was, to reestablish and rebuild. It is not easy. So, we'll see if Aldo ever does try to do something again. Mike in Massachusetts. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Eddie. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Thanks for taking my call. Thanks for all you do for the music industry and rock and metal and all that. It's greatly appreciated. And honestly, you. I think it's helping drive some of the growth back into the concerts and the shows and all that. I think people are just so excited and they're more informed.
Well, I hope so. I mean, talking about it, playing it, whatever the case may be, that's why I started doing it decades ago, and I've never changed. But hopefully, if it helps, that's the idea. That's a good thing. So thank you, Mike.
Oh, no problem. So just following, I was listening last week, and you were talking about, you were at, obviously, Exo 111, talking to Vivian Campbell and how he was doing a Last Line show the week after in Oklahoma. I can actually almost do you one better. I saw Leopard at the last night of their residency, did a little sightseeing in Arizona, came back for their Last Line show in Vegas the week after at the Golden Nugget.
Oh, really? So, Last Line played the Nugget or it vamped?
Yeah. They played the Nugget.
Oh, wow, okay. Outside?
Yep. No, inside show.
Oh, I didn't even know the Golden Nugget had an indoor performance space downtown.
Yeah, it looked like they had redone the whole complex and stuff. So, it's like just to your point, amazing. You can be in front of, the residency, which was obviously a limited crowd, but still thousands and thousands of diehard fans. Big production, all that, and then a week later, just him and the boys, just performing in a nice stage, a couple hundred fans, and just having a blast. It's quite the transition. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I give Vivian a lot of credit for doing that because, like I said, he doesn't have to. I mean, he's in a band that I saw, like play headline a festival on a Saturday night and have a huge artist compound and a huge stage and all the amenities that you'd want, and then literally to the day a week later play a club for a couple hundred people in Tulsa, and having a blast doing both. So the fact that he puts that sort of work in and loves doing it so much is a testament to his love of playing that music. Yeah, and thank God they're doing that, because it just makes a lot more Dio fans be able to hear the music. Andrew Freeman's a great singer. I actually saw that's the other thing. The only bummer about seeing Last Line in Vegas was that was the night you were at New Bedford at the Vault doing your Q&A show, which I would have died to see, but I was in Vegas for Last Line. Well, you had some good. I don't think I could compete with a big live rock show like that, Mike. But thank you. I hope to be back up in that area again soon, though. Yeah, and I hear. No details, but big news for those Leopard fans listening. Sounds like big news coming up next couple of months, so everyone should stay tuned. And thank you for your interview with Joe on the Down and Out material. Awesome interview, great guy. And honestly, if you could figure out a way for you, Joe, and someone else to do like a Music Jeopardy thing, take that from your metal show, right? Because you and Joe are going to be the most knowledgeable people of the industry. Get a third person in there, and it'd be a great show. Yeah, not a bad idea. Joe's got a lot on his plate, but thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you for the call and the kind words. Had a good time up there at the Vault Music Hall in New Bedford when I did my speaking show. That was a lot of fun. I thank those that came out. And, yeah, Joe's great to talk to. All right, well, thank you for your call. Let's talk to Jody, who's in Ohio. Hi, Jody.
Hey, how are you, Eddie?
I'm great. Thank you.
Thanks for taking my call, brother. I've been waiting forever.
All right. Well, thank you for waiting. You're on the air. What do you got to say today?
Right on. So we're talking about all these reunion tours and UFO and Bads. And at the center of all this is Rob DeLuca, who also has a reboot tour coming up with Spread Eagle. Haven't heard a word about that from you.
Well, what do you want to know about it, Jody? I don't know anything about it.
You don't know anything about Spread Eagle going back out with their new album, Subway to the Stars?
No, I mean, where are they going to tour?
Well, they've already done a little bit of a tour on the East Coast, and they're rebooting because, of course, Rob's out with Baz, and he's out with UFO as well. And so they're waiting for all of that to come to an end for them to book a full tour going across the U.S., hopefully by the beginning of the year.
Well, Jody, I wish Rob and those guys nothing but the best in doing that. But you can reference back to what I said earlier, and I know Rob reached out to me looking for a booking agent for it not too long ago. I mean, they will have, and I love those guys, so I'm not saying it in a negative sense, and I'll be seeing Rob soon, but that will be a very, very, very difficult thing for them to sell if they are going to attempt to tour as a headliner in America off of whatever they're doing now and off of a record on an independent label. That will be an unbelievably difficult sell for them.
Right. Well, you have to look back to the, early 90s when Spread Eagle was doing their first round of tours. They never hit that, pivotal point, if you will. They collected their fans and they've kept their fans over the years. So hopefully those fans, which are, again, you just said us 50-year-olds that are bankers and lawyers and, construction workers and whatever, are still going to come out and support them. They've had great reviews on the album, that's for sure. And, there's a couple songs that really are reminiscent of the first Open to the Public album that, if the rockers are still out there, and hopefully they're going to grab on and go. I think they just need more publicity in getting this tour out there.
Jody.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they tour with Hanover Fist. It's a package tour.
Jody, thank you for your call. Thank you for your comments. I hope everything you said happens and is correct for those guys. In my heart of hearts, I don't think there's a chance that they can do people as a headliner, even at a club level, touring. You keep using the word tour. I've said this so many times. Most bands at that level do not and cannot tour. Tour meaning we're going out on a bus and playing for 2 months straight going across the country. There's that, and then there's we fly in on weekends where we get opportunities to play and do a show one a month. That's not touring. So when you say tour, you're envisioning old school, get in a bus and go play 5 nights a week. I don't see any model whatsoever economically viable for a band currently at the level of a Spread Eagle to be able to do that. It's not me meaning, it is not me being negative, that is not me talking shit, that is not me being anything but brutally honest. I see it and hear it every single day from promoters. So I hope one of these days I'm proven wrong. Can they go and do some shows and jump on an M3, jump on a cruise, jump on as an opening act or a double bill in a club somewhere here and there? Of course. Tour? Success with a new record? I got a better shot at hitting the lottery. Just being honest.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. It really is. Unless, like I said, I mean, I'm joking about Hanover Fist, but unless they can put together a package tour of some kind, like Live Nation did with the Hair Nation tour last year, perhaps there's an opportunity there. But yeah, other than that, it's tough, man.
It's impossible. It is impossible. These bands, excuse me, they all have fans like Jody and others who are excited, just like I am and would be, that they come back and do something. But I am also realistic, and I've also spent my entire life in this business. It's the only thing I think I know pretty well. And there is no business model whatsoever for a band like... Who wants to go out somewhere on a Tuesday night and play to 13 people? You know, if you've got established bands from that era who had 3-4 hits, that's average draw as a headliner is about 200 to 300 people, which is what most of these bands are, that had huge hits. Where are the people coming from to sustain a tour from a band that's been inactive largely for 30 years and didn't have a hit, a big hit? It's just being honest. And so many people, when I talk like that, like to twist it into, negative or doesn't. No, I mean, I'm okay, say what you want, but unfortunately, and I wish I wasn't, I'm proven right every time. You got to know where you sit and what you have a chance of. And look, putting out a record means nothing, because nobody plays it. Nobody even knows it's out. I'm not just talking about this band. The label that puts out these records puts out a record a day.
Should I not put out my record?
I'm not telling anybody to do what they do. Everyone should do what they want to do. But it just, you're going to put out a record. Do you think you're going to be doing Madison Square Garden off the record?
Yeah, I mean, we're working on it, my agent and I. Yeah, we're in talks. We're in I'll be there to see Bob Seger. That might be the only way I'm gonna get there.
Are you going to Seger?
Yeah.
You going Wednesday? That's why you can't